Day 13 of the Quarantine Reviews. Edmund studies the evolution of anger by the light of a shattered sun.
Once more unto the breach with some metalcore, this time around more heavily influenced by thrash sound, and I feel it greatly benefits from that, as it lends a greater nuance to their sound. If you're unfamiliar with Shattered Sun, they have drawn on a lot of influences from bands like Trivium, who bridge that gap between thrash and metalcore. And I will say this much: if you're trying to find out some decent information about them, don't go to the wiki page, because that is littered with inaccuracies. I mean, half the band who are listed as the personnel in this album are said to have left before this album was released. Well, before this album was even recorded. So, yeah, just if you're going to look up stuff about Shattered Sun, go to AllMusic. There's a decent amount of info there that is up to date. This was their second album, and as they've got a new one coming out sometime this summer, Human Malware notwithstanding, I thought this would be a good one to go for. With that in mind, let's get straight into it. This was another case where it was difficult for me to pick out a favourite, because the album really showcases a variety of great talent, with strong resonant bass play, powerful furious vocals, exquisite rhythm and lead guitars, and a really cool integration of keyboards that properly rounds out the sound. But ultimately, it was Hollow Chains that really pipped it to the post. With a message of perseverance against adversity and striving forth to improve life, underlaid with a message of forgiveness and acceptance and unity to make striving forward possible. There's a really cool conversation going on between the lyrics and the music, and most particularly, Daniel Trejo's guitar work is absolutely gorgeous. There's really cool solos going on, there's nice bridges that he displays, and it really goes to round out that song. It's absolutely glorious. There's a level of Slipknot influence going on, but it feels like a more refined version. It's almost like if you're not too into Slipknot, but you like some of the melodies they've got going on, this would actually be a good song for you, because you'd be able to go, well, can I have something that's a bit less rap metal influenced? Here you go. Lee's favourite track on the album would have to be Terminal. It's a really cool track. It really has these nice melodies going on and cool solos. It's got a good rhythm, but it feels a bit out of keeping with the style of the rest of the album. It's much more death and black metal influence than the rest of the album, and feels a bit off kilter. As a single, it's a really cool track, and it would be nice to see if this is shades of what is yet to come with Shattered Sun. It might have been better to keep for a single release or for the next album, although it's been 3 years, so that might have been a bit long to wait. It might have been just testing the waters to see, just to show how they can change things up, and I commend that, even if I do find it a bit jarring. The evolution of anger and Shattered Sun in general are a great example of how the genre can surprise me and surpass expectations. Definitely a great listen for any metalcore fan, and good to check out if you're a metalcore skeptic. Evolution of Anger gets a 4 out of 5. That's it for this episode. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully this will not turn out to be terminal.